get in a little late, but that's okay, because I don't know if it's going to be a lot, but we're going to see if everybody kind of jumps on these topics tonight. And I do my best to kind of help us get there. So let's start, and then everybody coming in, they get in when they get in, right? Good evening, everyone. You guys know me. I'm Dawn Thompson. If you don't know me, welcome to the Truth Tribe. If this is your first time, thank you so much for being here. Remember, you guys are all perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. I love you all very much, and happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. And I'm going to bring up the topic because it's timely with the energy and everything we're going through right now. I'm going to give you the planetary update, which is affecting this also. Are all your ghosts and goblins appearing, coming out? And I mean personal stuff, right? You guys feeling that? Yes, thank you, someone. Jane just helped me with that. Absolutely. I want to start the call tonight with, remember that the unseen universe at large, whatever it is, right? And our emotional ghosts are not against us. Okay, so remember that. Because you energetically are an energetic person, you are the planets, you are the people, you are the ghosts that you associate with. All right, and so planets are energy, you guys, people are energy, food is energy, environments are energy. And if that energy is serving you, then you are in alignment with it. Even if it's not serving you, you are the one that can edit the sonar, shall I say, frequency that's coming out of you. Universe is encouraging right now self-review of your ghosts and your goblins and your environments that you are drawn to, or you're realizing that you're no longer drawn to. Okay, so good things are coming and not so good things are coming. It doesn't always have to be bad. And so I want to make sure we're really on top of this and knowing that this isn't a bad time. This is actually a lovely time. It's just not comfortable. And that's the difference. So we're going to talk about tonight, trashing your coping mechanisms. Okay. And so tonight I want to talk about lots of what I'm watching is lots of creeping in of the coping of jealousy mechanisms are present right now at this moment. Why is it so hard to trash that? Why is it so hard to let that go? Right? Because they keep you safe and surviving, and they were helpful at one point, right? When you were young and you had less wisdom. We all had less wisdom when we were young, and so they worked. They no longer allow you to live expanded and thriving, right? And that's what you're all feeling. And just because they surface right now doesn't make you bad. It's to show you how to light up more. That's what's happening. That's what's appearing. That's what's coming up. Okay. And so I've been hearing a lot. I want that, but I have to let go of this old safety tool. So coping, that coping safety tool is creeping in, not to hurt, but to heal, because that's what's showing up. Things we don't want to let go of, and then we start coping, or we start reaching for those old things, which is shopping, sex, drugs, drinking, food, sugar, and exercise. And I mean, the list just can go on and on and on. It doesn't matter. Pick your poison. I could care less what the coping mechanism is, because there's every human has one. Everybody. Okay. And so we get jealous. I'm going to touch on this question in a second. What I want you guys to remember is a lot of people right now are reporting this intense shifting in their emotional climates. Okay. The air right now is super thick with change, and you can feel it in your bones. I can feel it in my bones. You are feeling more edgy than usual. You are not alone in this, you guys. I'm right there with you. Okay. The shifts are happening for many reasons, both energetic and spiritual energies that are simply triggering these like deep awakening within us. And this can kind of get us disoriented and disorientating from, well, I was good. I'm not, I'm good. And we're kind of getting disoriented, and even super scary for some people, i.e. the ghosts and the goblins, right? This stuff is scaring the crap out of us. Like, oh my God, I thought it was better. I thought it was healing. But it's more important right now to remember it's bringing you to a higher level of energy, of living, expansion, as we go through the darkness to get to the light. And this includes your personal darkness as well as the global collective darkness. We're all one. So the more you light up, the more the world and the earth and the collective lights up. So many people are purging this old stagnant energy that keeps them stuck and had given them barriers to keep them in their old coping safety net, shall I say. But our old coping tools are now shattering. Now they're going away, right? So yeah, someone said edgy and then disorienting, then nothing. Yeah, it's like chaos and crickets and chaos. So your emotions right now are appearing that, or I think would be appearing, are not random. Okay, they are your internal healers. That's what they are. They're your internal healers, and they're trying to heal you. Your soul knows what to do. So it's causing you to feel like you're in this tug of war between your 5-year-old self and your now self, who your soul knows is powerful enough to heal your love, to heal your body, to learn, to laugh, to expand in anything that you intentionally focus on. So if you're feeling anxiety, dizziness, irritability, that disorientating, the edginess appearing, and it's starting to reveal you, it's more of the question you have to ask yourself. They're like, well, I'm not. It's more of a question that I want you to think when, not if it appears. When that appears, not, oh, if that's going to appear for me. It's not if, it's going to happen for all of us. And we don't like it. And I'm watching people go, and I was arguing and I was frustrated and I was sick. And it's like, okay, well, that's the thing. So when it does appear, I want you to ask, am I friends with my coping skills? Because if you're fearful of it and you're pushing it away and you're pushing all that pick your poisons coping skills away, you will be more frustrated with it. So am I friends with, this is your question tonight. I'm really going to end with one thing to kind of look at the end of the call, but ask yourself, am I friends with my coping skills? Okay. Are you saying, hey, hi, let's chat, right? Look at how you no longer serve as my safe place. Look at it. I want you to see that. You no longer settle my soul. Coping skill. You no longer make me feel soft and gentle. And as you see it for what it was at 5, it no longer has power over you now. That's the difference. And I'm watching a buildup of projection of people projecting a lot of energy right now. And it's coming out as daggers instead of discussions. Anybody experiencing that? You want to talk about something. It's your personal information or happiness or fear or insecurity or whatever is coming up. You just want to like, look. And you're even good at talking about one of your fears or one of these coping skills or one of these maybe bad habits. I don't think habits are bad. I think it's just a coping skill. I think what we learned to keep ourselves safe. Okay. So anyway, you're going to watch that they get projected out as like daggers at people instead of a discussion. Okay. If you don't know your shit, you guys, you don't help your cause by disrespecting others for the shit that you have no knowledge of about them. I love it when people start going after other people. It's hilarious to me because you have no idea what they're doing. We are now in Scorpio season, which is why I thought it was fun to do like this whole Halloween and, you know, ghosts and goblins call. We're now in Scorpio season, you guys, and it rules the energy of death, physical death, as well as energetic death, regeneration, psychology, transformation. And that's just to name a few, but it's the sign of jealousy. Okay. And it's where does jealousy hit you may reveal all of this showing up for you at some level. Okay. I'm watching it left and right in people. So you don't have to admit it to anybody. If you're sitting on this call and just listening, going, it might even be the word envious, jealous, needy. I want that. Doesn't make it bad. It just means you have to acknowledge that because you don't realize you have it in you already. You're already a badass. Okay. And so where do you feel it at some level? You shine brighter when you're not hating and bitter and resenting and messy. And people are messy right now. Will you get messy? Yes, I've gotten messy in the last month. Yes, will you address your messiness maturely and responsibly? God, I hope so. After I am helping you guys on Truth Drive and all these calls we're doing, I'm begging you guys to if you get messy, get messy. But it's up to you how you address it, because I'm seeing many who are not addressing it maturely and responsibly. Ownership. That's up to you. I'm seeing many who are struggling with that. As here's the gig. If you're serious about growth, you have to be serious about accountability. If you're serious about abundance, you have to be serious about gratitude and keeping what you love and not frivolous with it. If you're serious about intimacy, you have to be serious about being vulnerable and vulnerability. Okay. If you're serious about discipline, you have to be serious about delayed gratification. If you can't walk out the door and love everyone where they are without criticism and how they live, you are in need of shedding some more wounds that you are avoiding. Okay. Nothing, guys. I mean, nothing happening outside of you is out of your power to be in control of you. So if someone's being a jerk, right? You have the power to exit the space. If some area of your life is emotionally charged, you have the power to address it as an adult and not from a wounded 5-year-old self. Do they have money and you don't? You may try to judge them as greedy. That's the oldest program in the book. It's funny, I'm going to talk about my book later. I just launched, you guys. If you're not in the Warrior Pass, go get in my Warrior Pass. If you don't have the Warrior Pass, or if you already signed up and you lost the pass, find me if you're one of my members already to get the code to get in. I just launched chapter 1 of the newest book, Mastery Badassery. We don't know if we're going to keep it that name, but you guys are getting You guys are getting the tips already ahead of everybody else. And it's one of the topics I talk about in there, right? Money doesn't grow on trees, and money, people get rich on the backs of others. It's the oldest, stupidest bullshit program in the book. So if you're angry about these things, ask your anger right now. Do they have love? Right? Do they have love and I don't? Do they have, this is the jealousy question. We're like, I'm not jealous. And then you hear people saying this stuff, right? The old lies we've been told, right? Do they have health maybe and I don't? Do they communicate their thoughts well and I run from mine? Do they have peace with their children and I'm at odds with mine? Do they have do they excel maybe in their career and I avoid my passion? Are you unwilling to see the jealousy that you project as sonar? And sonar is a sound or an energetic imprint, okay? An invisible energy field that people can feel, right? And read and understand you without you speaking a word, okay? So you simply need to enter a room and your energy is felt or repelled. That's basic. So in this Scorpio timeline that we're in a Scorpio energy, right? Scorpio season, Scorpio month. It's about the darkness surfacing to meet its death, okay? It's your own dark thoughts. That's how basic this gets, right? It's our personal psychology surfacing up for review. So yes, your wounds are ready to be reviewed. It's like kind of review. I'm like, what's wrong with that? It's like, we're so afraid to look at themselves. And it's just the craziest thing to me. The truth is, if you can dish out if you can dish it out, whatever this thing is that you want to criticize or critique others for, you either match that energy or you accept it as a revealing aspect of your own dark insecurity surfacing and possibly avoiding from that lack of self-awareness, that lack of, who am I? Is this who I am? Is this what I want? Like, I don't want to act victim anymore. I don't want to act lack. I don't want to act small. I want to act unhealthy. I don't want to carry these dark DNA energies from my ancestors. It's that basic of self-awareness. All you got to do is look, you can go, oh, right? Nothing surfacing is an accident. And in that area, you cringe from. Think about it. Where is Scorpio making you jealous? And I know we don't like the word jealous, that's why I'm using it. It kind of makes you uncomfortable, like, I'm not jealous. and we kind of are, right? So are you criticizing others who have what you refuse to admit is a desire in you? Anyone feeling anger lately? It's telling you where you feel powerless. Anyone feeling anxiety lately? It's telling you that there's something in your life that's off balance. You're having fear? It's telling you what you care about. Are you in apathy, like just apathetic about so many things? It's telling you where you're overextended and burnt out. Your feelings are not random, guys. They are messengers. And if you want to get anywhere, you need to be able to let them speak to you and tell you what you really need. It's such a powerful time right now. If you struggle with your worst, you will see wealth as a flaw in someone else. If you struggle with self-image, you will attract someone who isn't even fazed by their image. If you struggle with health, you make an excuse. You'll continue to make excuses why your DNA says you can't have it too. Total bullshit. If you struggle with communication, you're going to make excuses as to why others are the problem. And then we say, okay, well, shit happens outside of our control, Dawn, right? It's not something I can control. Yes, there's a lot of evil and dark out there. I'm not going to deny that. It's appearing globally as well as in your dark thoughts to see your light, right? The dark is initiating us. Okay? It's seeking you out personally because you're asking internally, why can't I be wealthy, healthy, lovable, whatever the thing is that's coming up, okay? Healthy, whatever the thing. And source consciousness says, well, when you shine for those things that you seek, it can find you, right? You're hard to locate in the dark. This is your sonar. This is your energy heat-seeking signature. It's your signature that goes out there, and then people are like, oh, you're a victim? Oh, you're needy? Oh, you're a people pleaser? Hey, I'm one too. I'll make you feel crappy, and I'll come over here and constantly make you feel like you're needed, even though I'm whining and bitching and complaining all the time. It's a match. It's just not the match you want, right? So your energy is seeking out other people in an energetic signature. Okay. So this is you accepting you in others in ways that you're like, but I'm not like that. You are, because it's an energy match. Or angry. Are you angry at others who have what you want and you're refusing to be responsible for it? Why is there evil personally and collectively? Why is it? You want to know? To invite your warrior spirit light, to light yourself up, to light your torch, to flip the switch on your lighthouse and shine and go, I don't give a shit. What you think, what you do, I'm going to be me, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be beautiful, I'm going to be so full. It's going to be weird shit. I'm an Aquarius, you guys, get ready. I've unleashed the beast. I'm going to keep bringing you weird shit. This new stuff is coming. The new earth, the new quantum, the new world, and everybody's so caught in the old medicine and teaching and education and religion, and it's just weighing you down. That's the old stuff I'm talking about. Your beliefs that you got from that. I'm not saying it's going to go away. You just need to edit how you look in the future. Okay? So you will not exceed what you're putting out in life. I don't mean physically. I mean energetically. This is part of doing that mental and emotional healing. It's the biggest reality check that I've had lately. Okay. We are seeing this huge amount of big talkers, but not a lot of big doers, guys. We do what's easy, but not what's needed to achieve the thing that you're seeking. We run from it. Seriously, I want you guys to listen to yourselves. Okay. Are you reading new stuff, or is it stuff you've always read? Are you listening to new people, or are you listening to the same people you always listen to? Same family members that keep giving you the same stagnant cycle? Are you doing new things for your body that you've never done, that you'll try anything? I call it the lick the curb syndrome. I got to that point. I get to that point. When I'm at lick the curb, I'll do anything. I'll lick the curb. If that's what makes me feel better, I'll do it. I don't give a shit. Neither do you. That's when you've broken the mold and you're ready to grow. Okay? Listen to yourself. Are you using new communication skills? Are you seeking out new ways to break that? Why am I afraid to communicate? Expanding your knowledge in every way. Living in the past is your first big question. Are you in the past? Are you recycling the past? If you're challenged in anything right now, that is a recycling of your past coping wounds, because you're here in the truth tribe. And if you're here at the truth tribe, Guys, we're not going that way. We're not going backwards. And what's going to happen is because you're not going backwards and I keep pulling you, it's going to get uncomfortable. But I'm going to love you anyway. I'm going to tell you you're okay. Okay. It's been uncomfortable for me. And I have had to go, you're not going that way. This sucks. But I'm not going that way. Okay, that sucks. And then I was like, oh, this is great. Take some time. Anyone struggling right now, getting these rough beatings, right? Like the floor beneath you is just dropping out. I know, guys, it can feel uncomfortable, especially in this Scorpio energy. Okay. So if you are stuck, lost, confused right now, anybody that is, this is great news. This is awesome news. If you are lost, confused, or stuck, why? Why is it good news? Because it allows you to reevaluate your old programs. And if they support these expanded dreams, these truth tribe dreams, these get out of your bullshit dreams, quit listening to the bullshit social, digital TV wizard bullshit. Give me a break. I've told you for 3 years to quit listening to that shit. We're like, but the TV told me. Okay, but then you're not in the truth tribe. You're not following where I'm going. I'm trying to get you to break every fucking rule you've ever learned. Okay. What it allows you to do is reevaluate these old programs that no longer expand yourself. I can bet money that they don't expand your dreams. These programs, these coping skills, and mechanisms, the feelings, the emotions, the dark emotions coming up. I'll bet money you're playing one or several of them right now to self-soothe your fear that's coming up. I've been listening to people so stuck right now in judgment mode of others, and they're not looking inside. So ask yourself in the Scorpio time, are we judging from envy or jealousy? And I mean of envy of anything, like, right? Like, or am I jealous of what they're doing instead of I'm looking for a reason for it not to be okay? Because we'll leave it to Scorpio season to bring it out in all of us. It does. We don't have a choice, right? So if you're feeling old karma debris or karmic debris, I should say, that is appearing from like jealousy or judging others in the topics of money is Taurus coming up next week. That's where the full moon I'll talk about next week is coming up. So money's going to come up, love's going to come up, relationships, health, careers, children, your own childhood wounds that you're like, I'm over that. And it's still appearing. I'm like, okay, if you don't want to look at it, don't. But I'm telling you, I'm prepping you. That's what these calls are about. I'm prepping you when it comes up. So you're like, yeah, Dawn told me it's coming up, so I'm going to just let it sit. Be quiet. Listen to the emotion that's surfacing from your past. It's not here now to, it's not here to hurt you. It just wants out of you, because it doesn't match your new frequency. It doesn't match our new truth frequency. It doesn't match our new expanded frequency, but it can't get out until you use your key to unlock the jail cell. Okay. Here's a tip that'll advance some of this for you guys. Go to my tools page on my website, ideserveitnow.com, or just my name, DawnThompson.com, and go to the suggested reading page. So just go to tools and then scroll down to books. You'll see suggested books. Just tap on the book that you like, but the 2 I suggest on that page, you'll see a whole list of all my suggested reading. They're free. Well, they're not free books, but you got to if you tap on them, they'll take you to Amazon. The 2 books I'm going to suggest to you guys right now, because everyone's going through this, is Growing Yourself Back Up. I've suggested this book so many times. It's an older book. And Lost Connections. I'm not recalling right now, just I'm going to go quick through these, but of the authors, but they're right there. You can't miss it. Growing Yourself Back Up and Lost Connections. If you are struggling with sadness or childhood coping mechanisms, Growing Yourself Back Up is going to kick literally wake you up and go, holy crap. Lost Connections will deal with the depression and anxiety. It's an amazing book, and you're going to go, oh my God, I'm not crazy. You're not. You're amazing. I get right now how loneliness can create like this chasm of sadness and anxiety. I get it, because doing all this crazy shit by yourself can get overwhelming. Your heart will start healing when you get out of your damn head. Using healthy words in these books can help you see a new reason why I don't want to do it that way anymore. Okay, so if you're not hearing me, get a backup, and you're gonna, oh, they're saying the same thing Dawn says. When you get enough of it reminding, you're like, that's right, I don't have to do that anymore. That's old shit thinking, that's old crap thinking, that's old wizard thinking. But it's super valuable, you guys, right now to ask yourself, if you are alone, ask yourself, am I alone or am I lonely needing soothing? Because solitude is different than shutting out or being needy for attention, right? When I'm lonely and I need someone to make me feel better is different than when I'm in solitude and I'm like totally blissed out, like just relaxed and do my own thing, right? And so it's important. I see neediness right now on social media daily, okay? This is a big coping tool at the moment, and it will not win if you see it for what it is declaring inside of you. Okay, so it's not that you want to be alone. It's that you want peace to be who you are without fearing what others will do if you're honest and truthful. And when you're okay with who you are, you could give a shit less what people think. But I don't want you judging others and critiquing others and saying they're this and they're that, because all it's doing is projecting what you still haven't healed. Okay, so many will say like, oh, don't say that, Dawn, because it becomes hurtful. Okay, well, it's not about you. I say it for me, not to you. And I'm asking you guys to do the same thing. If you're going to say something, let it be about you. This is who I am. This is where I'm going. This is what I want. And I hope you'll join me or don't. Right? Because if other people are hurt, then it's them who fear the truth, not me or you. Most will dance around the truth. Most dance around their wounds, even developing coping analogies to explain why they dance around it so they don't have to overcome it. It will return like a strobe light until you see it. I'm just sharing the truth. It will keep coming back whether you see it or not. So this association with where your wounds are, if you do know your astrology and your chart, to associate this with where Chiron is in your chart. So where does Chiron sit? You're going to see this area really lit up right now. Okay. It's what your soul came in to experience wounds in that area. So you could kind of, it's where you're here to heal and as adult grow and heal it and bring yourself into like a confident awareness. Okay. Not whine as a 5-year-old child about it anymore. But this is a very, very real experience happening for everybody right now. So, and again, a lot of people can say, no, I don't want to deal with this right now. And my answer is it's okay. But avoidance right now will not be your friend given where the earth and the energy is going. Your warrior stance viewpoint will be your best success, period. Okay. So someone's asking, what would be so healing to hear someone doing well and showing gratitude for their win example? Well, here's the point. Because people have been in misery for so long, when you hear someone doing well, it's hard almost to celebrate with them. Like, oh my God, I'm so happy, and stay in happy with them and be excited for them and be thankful and be like, you freaking deserve it, right? You've worked your ass off for this. Like, so awesome. Congratulations. How cool is that for you? That's a big deal. It's very hard for us to go there because if we can't go there with someone, then we haven't left our own wounds and we're trying to pull them back into our pot. It's that basic, right? So here's the 3 tips I just brought up. So I'm going to move on to the planetary update. Number 1, trash your coping skills. And I mean, trash, like throw them in the trash, right? Trash the beliefs that you see outside of you on the inside first. So if you're thinking that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, it means you think that's bad inside for you. Okay. How does it protect me now if I'm not 5? That's your question for the coping skills that are coming up, the fears, anxieties, and what you do to stop them. Drink it, numb it, whatever it is. How does it protect me now if I'm not 5? Maybe you're a very critical person, or you criticize, you judge. If you're not 5 and you're not being judged and you're not being criticized, how is criticizing and judging others now helping you? It's not. Number 2, check Chiron in your chart. Your wounds will be very prevalent there right now. If you don't have your birth chart, go onto my website. Also under tools, iDeserveNow.com, tap on tools, scroll down to free birth chart, put your details in, and it'll show you exactly what sign and what house your Chiron in. And you'll go, yep, that's where I'm feeling it. And then 3, stop using others to avoid your own crap. Okay, every time you criticize, you reveal yourself. I'm watching this so crazy right now. It's unbelievable. They, and I'm like, okay. So real quick, planetary update. I'm only going to go over one planet because next week we're going to do another full moon. There's a full moon lunar eclipse tomorrow, next week on the 8th. It's the sandwich of this lunar eclipse, and this Mars, what we're going to talk about right now, is sandwiched between it, which is bringing up all the anger and jealousy. Okay, so Mars went retrograde yesterday. Okay, and so when Mars goes retrograde, I want you to think of Mars as it's going to be retrograde through January 12th, by the way. So we got a little window here, like a couple months, right? So I'm not saying it's going to be this intense the whole time, but it's in between these these eclipses, which is why we're feeling it so emotionally stripping of us. Why? Because I'm telling you, you have to let this shit go. And you don't ask why. Now I'm telling you why. Okay. So this is the planet Mars. It's a planet of anger, frustration, also passion, the high note, high frequency, excitement, assertion, confidence, drive. It's the planet of war. And so it's currently in this twisted period because it's retrograde, meaning it's trying to turn and look backwards. Retrograde in Sanskrit literally means twisted or crooked, right? To twist. So the planet of war and aggression and anger becomes warped right now, okay? So you all seen these warped, angry conversations, right? So we all tend to feel in deep, intense ways right now, bringing amazing opportunities to assess how we handle our conflict, frustration, anger, desire, and passion, right? So it's time to ask ourselves if our own behavior is truly conducive to what we want long-term. And I keep asking you guys this, and then we're like, I'm watching people crash and burn again and do the same shit over and over again, and they have no clue they're doing it. It's super subconscious. We cannot force or coerce or manipulate or use these subtle threats to get people to do what we want anymore. And that's the under the table, secretive, jealous, anger, passive aggressive bullshit that people have been delivering for their whole lifetimes. And now it's just up at the surface. You can't hide it anymore. Your energy blueprint, your signature is felt. So personal truth right now is your only winning hand. And I don't mean tell people they have to be what your personal truth is. I'm saying this is who I choose to be. And I love you all, but you don't have to come with me, or you all can come with me. You all know that's my hand. You are all welcome to come with me. And I don't need to explain myself of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, when I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm going to do it for me, and it makes me feel good. This is a time period, should I say, to practice connection and being honest about your personal desires and harnessing any anger and desire to control how others need to be so you can have it. So it switches it from needy to confidence. This is a time where we can lose this intelligent brain of ours and our wisdom, because those inner child like triggers, which is also ruled by Mars. Mars and Aries energy rules our younger years. So it can be triggering like anger and rage and frustration in like these childlike behaviors instead of responsible actions like an adult. And it's causing many people right now to act like super impulsive without any consideration or any contemplation of what their true intention is. And it's just coming out like of like self-protection and no self-awareness. And I'm sure you guys have been seeing this, right? So be aware of arguments and disputes with other people that you want to, your restlessness and conflict internally that wants to come out, and externally you're sending it out and you're fighting just to fight. I just need to feel better, so I'm going to fight just to fight. And you don't even know what the fuck you're fighting about. How many of you done that? You get to the end of the fight, you don't even know what you fought about. You're like, I don't even know what I'm upset about. And the truth is that there you are. Be mindful of what your passions are and your desires are, and the thrill of taking that you used to have, maybe of taking power from someone instead of using your heart center to empower someone. If you don't trust yourself, you will not trust other people. If you don't love what you're trying to do passionately, you will not love what other people are doing either. You are going to pull them back to you. Do you leave space for the views of other people? For other views maybe that aren't your own? I've shared this with you guys a long time ago. I don't care if you want to be a damn unicorn. Be a nice unicorn. If you're an asshole unicorn, you're still not welcome. I don't care. Are you willing to believe and accept another's perspective? Are you addicted to chaos and controversy? That's a big one. Ask yourself, am I addicted to chaos? Did I grow up in chaos? Did I learn chaos? Did I learn criticism? And am I addicted a little bit to that when it starts pulling away and I'm growing and I start going, no, I want a little bit more. How do you express your anger? Is it helpful or hurtful to you? Okay. Ask yourself these questions because it's all going to come up whether you like it or not. Like I said, like a strobe light. So next week, we're going to discuss the next full moon in Taurus. Okay. On the 8th is when it's coming up. Really quick here. Tap in your frequency. Let's raise your frequency up. This is your nervous system, your thymus. Ready? I am courage. I am love. I am truth. I am courage. I am love. I am truth. I'm going to leave you with one challenge on this whole night's discussion. What old emotions for the week I want you to think about it. What old emotions are appearing and do I really want to purge it? Right? Because we say yes, but when it's down and dirty, it's uncomfortable because we're used to the victim state and not the victory state. I don't like admitting it myself, but I catch myself and I'm like, oh, no. Oh, you're not going back there. And I truly, truly wish every single person I know the most amazing badass experiences. And we have to get there. Okay. So let's go into Q&A. Who can share arguments that they've seen or that they see they aren't owning inside of them? They're like, I got an argument and I didn't own it, or I'm not owning her. I'm questioning that, right? So it says, when we realize we're guilty and then the other person hasn't a clue, it's a salty moment. Yeah, and I don't want you to take it as guilty. I want you to take it as, I need to back out of this because I'm not addressing this as a healthy adult. And then I'm addressing this with someone else who this is a good word she's using, salty. Right? So then they start getting salty and you are literally 2 5-year-olds in the sandbox throwing sand at each other for no reason. You have no idea why. Right? So it's hard if we don't have a peacemaking, walk away for 5 minutes, peacemaking deal. Right? And so that's a kind of a hard thing to manipulate and master if you're not there. So watch yourself in that department. Okay. Go ahead if you guys have any more Q&A questions that are coming up, but I would really love to know if you've caught you either watching it or you're seeing it, where you're watching arguments where people can't own they're like, they are not owning what's going on with themselves. Right? Oh, there's a question at the top. Sorry about that. Let me see. Aren't all types of coping mechanisms lighting up or just more jealousy, all of which are low vibe frequencies, edgy, disorienting, then nothing. Okay, so let me say this. You can use the word, just Scorpio's going to pull out jealousy at it, and people don't like to use the word jealousy, right? Yes, every coping mechanism is to light you up, right? But a coping mechanism is going to be drinking, sex, drugs. I mean, the deep ones, right? That no one wants to admit to. But I guess the drinking would be a social coping, right? You want to numb what you're feeling because your anxiety is coming up. But there is so much going on. There is sugar, there is food, there is over exercising, there is, all kinds of behavior. Shopping. I watch people over shop, right? So anyway, my point is that yes, anything coming up for you, it might be getting sick. You're like, I'm healthy, and then you're starting to feel good, your victory, and then no, I don't want to go back. I don't know what to do if I'm not sick. I have nothing to rely on. I have nothing to talk about. And your body triggers you into getting sick instead of going, no, I'm not feeling that again. I'm not going there. We're having old versions. So it doesn't mean you wanting to get sick or you wanting to have a drink to numb it and do it and you're a bad person. It means that it's what you've been using. And I want you to ask yourself, does it really do the trick anymore? It's a big question because a lot of people think it solves it and it doesn't, right? Shopping, absolutely. People want to go buy stuff. I honestly wish shopping was one of mine because I don't like to shop. And so I have to literally work hard to go get stuff. And I do it all at once. I'm like, oh my God, it's over. But it's not a big deal for me. But you know, we all have our things. And so, okay, so let me ask this. It says, so evil is to make us find light or a way out. Okay, you guys keep going to the same topic. Okay, yes. Okay, let me just explain it. There are versions, what she was saying, of low frequency. Okay, yes, anger and cruelty and criticism and guilt and resentment and you know, things that are very low on the consciousness. Low consciousness, you're not thinking about it, you're just reacting in coping skills. Okay, so yes, evil in any way, even if it was an evil that you felt a wound or a trauma happened to you as a child, that someone would go, that's not a big deal, but to you it was a very big deal. Okay, so evil shows up, the wound, the darkness, anything that's coming up that's making you uncomfortable, you don't want to deal with it. And a lot of people aren't good with emotions, and we don't have a choice anymore. When it shows up, it's making us find the light inside of us to get our way out of the darkness. So that's exactly what's happening, because you've never felt this intensity of fire this intensely before, because you've lived numbed for so long. Oh, some of you are your whole lives, and minimized instead of expanded and free. Okay, so instead of fighting your inner demons, you guys, I don't want you to fight them anymore. Examine them with curiosity and learn why they're there. That's what the Growing Yourself Back Up book does. Just pick a couple pages on it and it'll change you. Offer your demons and your wounds, or as I call it, your shadow beast, offer them love. Offer it understanding. Each time your shadow beast and that beast appears, offer it. Go, I'd like to understand why you're here. I remember where you appeared when I was 5 and 7 and 10. I know why I did that. I know why that showed up, so I could feel better because I was scared or nervous or ashamed or insecure, whatever. And that's where it comes from. So the light is the way out when you actually are curious and embrace it and open up to and go, why are you showing up right now? You won't be as afraid of it. So let's not try to push evil away. Let's try to embrace it and be curious as to why it's there for you. Okay, so the next one is, where do we find our Chiron? Again, go to my website, IDeserveItNow.com, go to the tools page, just you'll see it in the header, tools, slide down to free birth chart, okay? And then enter your details, and it will tell you what sign and what house you are feeling your ghosts appear right now, okay? And if you know your own personal chart, just go to look at your natal chart and see where you're a little bit wounded and it's coming up for air, okay? So someone says, not embrace to integrate, but embrace to heal and release. Here's my point is, guys, if you have something coming up, let's just say someone's an over shopper. Okay, I shop, I gotta buy, when I feel anxiety and nervous, I go distract myself with shopping. Okay, and let's just say we finally go, why do I have to shop all the time? Do I really need any of this? Like literally right now. Instead of shopping, go ask it. I'm curious. What does that serve for me? What did I do when I was 5, 8, 10? What did shopping serve for me then? And I think it's going to serve me now. Replace the word shopping with drinking. Replace the word drinking with weed, with smoking, with a drug, with food, with sugar. Okay. What did sugar do for you? That was a big one for me. One of my coping mechanisms as a kid. That just, it gives you such a quick high. And I had to break that habit. I was a sugar junkie. If you know, anyone who knows me knows my favorite. If you get points tonight, if you guys remember my 2 favorite candies. Anybody remember my favorite candies? I would still eat them now if you gave them to me. Licorice. That's one of them. Yes, that is definitely one of them. So do you see what I mean? Like I can look back and go, oh, I know what that was, right? So you know what that did for you, but does it do it for me now? No, now it gives me a stomach ache. So I cleared it, right? Like I don't really need it anymore. It just doesn't do what it used to do. Now when I have one, it's just like, huh, Doesn't taste the same. Doesn't even have the same emotions when I taste it. Okay. Nobody wants to talk about the demons showing up. I know they're coming up for all of you. They're juicy and they're thick, but if you guys are good, I'm good for all of you. So I want to remind you guys all that on Thursday, okay, this Thursday, we have a Zodiac Wheel is Your Medicine Wheel class happening from 6 to 9. Probably only go to 6 to 8:30, but I leave extra time because I open it up to you all. I will look at all your charts, show you your Chiron, show you your wounds. This is a hotspot call. So we're going to do hotspots on everybody to show you where this stuff is coming up for you. So there's several signups already. I'm very excited to see you all. If you've already attended, as I told you guys, if you've already taken the course or done private coaching with me, you can audit. Just text me for the entry code for that night. But it is on my events page on my website, ideserveitnow.com. Go to events and you'll see right away, scroll down to Zodiac Wheels Your Medicine Wheel and invite a guest to attend with you. And you can talk about this stuff together. It's super cool. Number 2, a lot of you probably got an email update this morning. Today we launched chapter 1 of Mastering Badassery. And you must have Warrior Pass to access this. So you will get alerts weekly for chapter posts. It's in your membership dashboard under tools. So if you are in the Warrior Pass, please go read my first chapter. Super exciting. It's sitting there. So if you go into Warrior Pass, you scroll down, you'll see Mastering Badassery. Click on chapter 1. I would love your input. We may change it for, like I said, the full book launch. We might change the title. I've got 2 titles sitting with me, but right now you're getting Mastery Badassery because I want you all badasses this year. Okay. So anyway, that's there as well. You're going to get Monday weekly updates. It comes in text or audio, so you can listen to my beautiful voice, read it to you, or you can read it yourself, as well as the expansions at the end of the tools of every page. And again, if you want free access to your free chart and your planets and where they're sitting right now, just go up to my chart, the free chart, you'll get it there. Okay. So happy Halloween. If you guys have any questions, anybody wants to join in the classes, or you have someone you want to join, just text me, find me. You all know how to locate me. I love you all very much. I want to thank you for joining me tonight. I will see you on Monday for the full moon. Brightest blessings. You guys have a great night. I love you. Take care.